Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again for another segment of what we call Face to Face. And the reason we call it Face to Face is because this is the show where people can come and get their grievances out, not like some of those other jabronis that's out there trying to do what we do, because nobody does it the way we do. I am your host, Stevie Ray, and today we have Don Callis and Rich Swan, because these two guys can't get along, so they're going to have to get it on. But with all that being said, Rebellion pay-per-view this weekend, April the 25th, Rich Swan. And I hope you're ready, brother. You got a big match with the modern-day Omega Man, who is managed by Don Callis. Man, what you got to say about that? But before I go to that, how are both of you guys doing?
Hey, I'm going to start first since I'm that Shazam. I'm doing very well.
Good.
I'm doing great. And to answer your question, I know that Kenny Omega is the 7-star athlete. He's been in the Tokyo Dome crushing people. He's the AEW world champion. But what I am noticing is that, you know, sometimes arrogance that oozes out of somebody, that could really, really, really damper your talents. And man, Don, ever since you've been, you know, using your invisible hand and guiding Kenny.
Now, wait a minute, man. What do you mean about that, an invisible hand? I mean, I've been knowing Don for a long time, and you can't come on this show and say disparaging things unless you can back it up. Now, what's with that?
Hey, Don calls himself the invisible hand himself because he's the man that's been there, you know, guiding Kenny. But I never had somebody to guide me to the top. I never had anybody to hold my hand. Yeah, maybe I should have, but I've done very well without anyone holding my hand and guiding me to the top. You're right, and you're one of the people that, you know, saw
Rich.
that.
Okay, Rich. That's duly noted. Don, how you been doing, man? You know, brother, it's good to see you again, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing, man? You're looking like $1 million, man. What's with that, bro?
Thank you, bro. I'm just trying to keep up with you. You look fantastic. You look like you're still going and win a world championship.
If the money's right, I might get with you on that.
You're always a money guy. I know that. So it's good to see you, and good to be here with Rich Swan, the Impact World Champion. Contrary to what.
Wait a minute, Don. Wait a minute. This man just said a couple of things. I would like for you to address those things he just said. I know you're trying to have the right decorum on this show, this, that, and the other, and I appreciate that. But Rich Swan is saying some things that I just don't get. Please address that.
Well, you know, I think what Rich is trying to infer here in a not so subtle way is that somehow that I am interfering into this title situation and that I am planning to interfere to help Kenny Omega, and that somehow Rich Swan is a big hero because he doesn't, quote unquote, need anybody. It's not about need. It's about family. Kenny Omega's my family. You know, Stevie Ray, here's the deal. You know all about family. Family first. Yes. Kenny Omega's uncle in 1989 trained me as a professional wrestler. Kenny Omega, when he was 10 years old, was my trainer's nephew. And I took Kenny under my wing. And for 27 years, Kenny and I have been like this. We've been family dinners, family, Christmas, Easter, everything. So I look at it more like this. I'm a guy who brings families back together. So Kenny Omega and I are right there. He doesn't need Don Callis to interfere in a match. But the reality is, Rich used the word invisible hand. And that's what people have been calling me, because the reality is, Rich, and you can't deny this, I've changed the wrestling business not once, not twice, but 3 times. First time, Jericho Omega Tokyo Dome changed everything. Second time, Kenny Omega winning the world title from John Moxley. And now third time, most recently, you versus Kenny Omega, title versus title. Stevie Ray, you're a historian of the business. When was the last time we saw 2 world champions from 2 different companies facing each other? It's never happened. It doesn't happen in today's day and age, but it's happening now.
I would say superstar Billy Graham and...
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's been a long time.
And I think
late
it's
70s, early 80s?
I like the fact that Rich Swan is being a little salty with me, because that's the side of Rich Swan that he's going to need to beat Kenny Omega this Sunday at Rebellion, Rich. I mean, bring all of that. I'm asking you to.
My man, Don, this is the thing. So I'm all good with family values. I have nothing but respect for people that help their family. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. Don, I know Kenny's a man, and I know that you would want to see Kenny Omega go out there and do it one-on-one, me and him knuckles to knuckles by ourselves. I know you don't want to see Kenny Omega go out there and use the Good Brothers or the Young Bucks or yourself. I mean, because let's look at the history, since you want to bring up the history. When Kenny Omega, a credible champion on his own, he had to beat Jon Moxley with your help. You see what I'm saying? If you go back to Access, Impact, that 6-man tag, I had Kenny beat, and the whole world saw it. I 450 splashed his guts out, and what happened? He wasn't about to kick out. What'd you do? You pulled my leg. If you're around, that's going to be a factor, and I don't need that.
Experience Impact Wrestling like never before with instant access to all of your favorite episodes of Impact, Explosion, Greatest Matches, Legend, content from promotions around the world, plus live monthly exclusive premium specials and so much more.
This is spectacular! What a match!
The Impact Wrestling app has you covered with Impact Plus, featuring thousands of hours of on-demand action.
This has escalated quickly!
Stream groundbreaking originals.
We are all artists.
Get more exclusive content and experience a new and improved accessibility control and freedom like never before.
This night's just getting started!
Watch free without a subscription and stream Impact Plus anytime on your favorite device. Download the Impact Wrestling app now and experience Impact like never before.
You know something? These are some very, very strong allegations.
I agree.
But let me go back to something that Don Callis alluded to. When he was chronicling the fact of some of the things that he's done in this business. Now, with that being said, Don, I'm reading between the lines. We've been around this business a long time, you and I. I'm reading between the lines. Are you saying, without saying, that Rich Swan, once he gets into this match, April the 25th, that Rich Swan is not ready for the moment? Because Kenny Omega has been in the moment several times. We've seen great athletes come to the moment and they fold. Don, are you saying something like that? I would just like to know.
I think there's a narrative out there that's been spun, and I'm not saying I agree or disagree, Stevie.
Okay.
But I will say this. Rich Swan has all the athletic ability, all the heart, all the desire, and all the wrestling ability to beat Kenny Omega. There's no question. You won't find a better athlete than Rich Swan. You won't find a guy with more fighting spirit or more heart. Here's the problem. Kenny Omega has been the best wrestler in the world for the last 6 years. It's undisputed. He's held the IWGP Championship. He has held the AEW World Championship. Mm-hmm. Anytime anyone gets in the ring with that, it's a head game. And now I'm in Rich Swan's head. I'm in everyone's head, Stevie. That's just how it is. So can Rich Swan, this is really the question, can Rich Swan overcome the psychology of being in the ring, looking at Kenny Omega, looking at Don Callis, the enormity of the moment of title versus title, the historical implications? That's a lot to overcome. And as you know, Stevie Ray, this game is 90% mental.
Yes.
So, Rich, I hope you're ready. I hope you're seeing a therapist. I hope you got a guru or something. Because
Big Don, let me tell you something. All right. The psychology part, this may be the biggest match of my career, but you bringing up, I'm playing head games. Do you think that's the worst thing that's happened to me in my life? Let me tell you something. With the whole guidance thing, that's been since I was 15 years old. I didn't have a mother. I didn't have a father. I didn't have anybody guiding me through life, holding my hand through life. Do you know how mentally stressful that could be? But I never let that break me. It brought me to be a stronger man. And if you think that your little head games, your little mind games, your little jive talk, and you and your little nephew Kenny throwing it up, being too sweet, you think that that's gonna get in my head. Well, let me tell you something, Don. Sunday, I'm going in, and I'm going in with the fight, Baltimore style, baby.
So, Rich, what are you saying that everything that Don alluded to when it came to his relationship with the Omega Man, that's what I call him, the Omega Man.
Yeah.
And I say that because I've watched this man for the last 6-7 years. And I am not impressed with many, but I am super impressed with this guy. So are you saying, because of your upbringing, that you, Rich Swan, will be ready for the moment and the pretty much mental anguish that could possibly be going through an athlete's head before he steps in that ring? Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. We've seen it happen to the 2013 Denver Broncos. We've seen it happen to Deontay Wilder just last year. When the moment got there, as good as he was, they folded. Are you saying because of your upbringing, that's not gonna happen?
You know, I'm saying because of my upbringing. I'm saying because of how hard I've worked in the ring. I'm saying because of how hard I've worked to even get back to wrestling. When not just somebody, a doctor told me I might not walk the same, let alone be even getting in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that. I'm bringing that to the table, knowing what I got to bring. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to help me overcome.
I'm noticing a lot of animosity, Stevie Ray, and I think 90% of what I said was putting Rich over and how great he is. I mean, I'm an executive at Impact Wrestling.
I can agree with that.
I was a part of wanting Rich Swan to be successful. And if Rich Swan beats Kenny Omega, which could happen, I will be the first one to shake Rich's hand and be happy for him. I'm simply talking about facts. Until Rich Swan pins Kenny Omega, we can't talk about, Rich Swan pinned Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, his career is very clear, as you've said, Stevie Ray. So I'm just trying to talk about facts. And, Rich is going to motivate him. Tom Brady used to motivate himself by remembering that he was a 7th-round draft pick. Michael Jordan used to create scenarios of people being out to get him to motivate himself. So whatever works for Rich, but I'm not the bad guy here. I'm a big Rich Swan fan, Stevie Ray. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know something, Don? I can hear how sincere you are when you say that.
No, I don't.
Rich, I'm just being honest. The man is being very sincere. He's putting his hand out as a gentleman of this business, the kind of people that I really respect. So I really don't think you should be so disparaging when you say things like some of the things that you're describing right now that Don does. And I really don't see that in him. I've known the man for a long time, and maybe we see no two different people, but I think he's been very cordial toward you.
You know, I'll tell you now, you can pick up a snake that's hurt in the grass and nurse it to health and nurse it to health. And as soon as it gets healthy, it will bite you because it's a snake. And that's exactly what Don Callis is.
Wait a minute, come on.
No. And I appreciate all the kind words that you've been saying and, putting me over. But that doesn't change the fact that just last week, just a couple of weeks ago, on Access, when I had Kenny beat, and you want to talk about, I didn't pin him. And yes, that's facts. He hit me with that one-winged angel at Hard to Kill, and he's pinned me. But when I had the opportunity to finally have him flat on the mat on his back, you took that away from me. You took that opportunity away.
Many people, gentlemen, I'm in the moment. I'm in this moment right now with you two gentlemen. Most people live either with anxiety about the future or regrets about the past.
Yes.
Rich, it sounds like you're doing the latter. you're still talking about something that happened 2 weeks ago when you should be focusing on what's right in front of you, which is rebellion. You're a great athlete. You are a once-in-a-decade talent. Kenny Omega is a once-in-a-2,000-year talent, and it's just too bad that you are running into that juggernaut. I will say this. I will say this very sincerely. This is going to be the biggest challenge that Kenny Omega has had since Okada at the Tokyo Dome, since Jon Moxley in AEW. This is right up there with that. Rich Swan has all the athletic ability to get this done. And Rich Swan says he's mentally ready. I believe Rich Swan. You want to call me a snake? That's totally fine. Because I think what Rich is really saying is people are what they are. And I've never made any bones about the fact, here's some facts, here's some truth. I don't like the wrestling business. I don't like most of the people in the wrestling business. To me, this is a disgusting industry. It just happens to be something that I'm ridiculously talented at and can do whatever I want with and make a lot of money at. It happens to be something Kenny Omega is ridiculously good at. It happens to be a platform that we are using to shape history. So like me, don't like me, I don't care. You want to call me selfish and out for myself? Guess what business you're in, Rich Swan? You're in the wrestling business. Stevie Ray, every top guy you ever knew, did they care about anything other than their own success?
Nobody that I can recall.
Well, I'm here to change.
They all.
So Rich Swan,
that's
you
what
can,
we all
you can
look
change
for,
that.
Don.
You know what? God bless you, Rich Swan. If you can change that, I will support you wholeheartedly. But in order to do that, you have to do one thing. You have to beat a guy that not a lot of people have been able to get close to beating. And I'll be right there. I'll be keeping an eye on things because the invisible hand likes to maneuver things behind the scenes. And here's one thing that I'd like to leave you with, Rich Swan. Just when everyone thought they'd seen it all when I changed the wrestling industry with the Tokyo Dome match between Jericho and Omega, I came and I invaded AEW, and Kenny Omega and I beat Jon Moxley for the AEW World title. Just when people thought they'd seen everything then, we booked this match with you, and people said, we'd never see that. I can't believe what's happening. History is made again. And then just yesterday on AEW Dynamite, the Elite is back together. Kenny Omega, the Good Brothers, the Young Bucks, and the Invisible Hand, Don Callis, the greatest quote-unquote faction and stable in the history of the business. You're welcome. We changed the industry again. And last but not least, Rich Swan, you have a chance to be a part of history. The question is, are you going to be the main chapter? Or are you going to be a footnote? We're going to find out this Sunday at Rebellion, my friend.
Zordo's Greek Olive Oil. Give the gift of the best authentic Greek olive oil, Zordo's Greek Olive Oil. Imported directly from the Zordo's family gardens in Greece, this gourmet olive oil will be the best one-of-a-kind gift for any chef, foodie, friend, or family member in your life. This gift can be enjoyed all year round. Visit www.zordosoliveoil.com.
Hey, this is Stevie Richards. I'm here to tell you don't necessarily need all this equipment to get in the best shape of your life. All you need is this, a resistance band. I'm so excited to offer the 12-week resistance band training program to you, which features an interactive PDF with full overview videos, modifications, descriptions of all the exercises, scalability, no matter what fitness level or what age you are, the PDF scales the workout to you. Also, after your instant download of the PDF, you get full direct email support right from me, as well as access to a Facebook group with an awesome interactive community. I can't wait to help you take control of your fitness journey. So click on the link below, click on the link in my profile, or just put in StevieRichardsFitness.com, go to the store, and download the 12-week resistance band training program.
For the best organic coffee, head over to thebroasters.com. Roasted fresh each and every week. Single origin, no flavors or fillers. Special grade, the highest quality beans. A variety of delicious flavors. To order this delicious coffee, go to www.thebroasters.com. Or you can follow them on Twitter at CoffeeBroasters, or shoot them an email at broasterscoffee@gmail.com. Bro, you don't want to miss out on this fantastic coffee.
Oh yeah, we will find out.
Hey, Rich, he put it out there, and sounds to me like Don is saying, brother, you in a very important position right now, and you should be a little bit more grateful for being in that position.
Trust me, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for what I have, and I'm very grateful
don't sound like
for
it.
being back in this position. And let me tell you something, Don. This Sunday, I'm gonna rebel because this is the perfect place for rebellion. I'm gonna rebel against your guys Too Sweet. I'm gonna rebel against your guys Club. I'm gonna rebel against your Invisible Hand. I'm gonna rebel against Kenny Omega. I'm gonna bring that agility, ability, and aggressiveness, that charisma, athleticism, and raw talent. And that's what I'm gonna bring this Sunday. That's gonna throw Kenny off. And hey, I hope you are watching from behind the scenes because I want to see if Kenny's a real man and could fight me head up.
You know something, guys? I think you both of you have said it all. And ladies and gentlemen, Impact Wrestling, a show that I am very, very fond of. This Sunday, April 25th, Rebellion pay-per-view. Kenny Omega led to the ring by the Invisible Hand, Don Callis, Rich Swan. Brother, I didn't think you would make it past Big Moose, and you did. You got your opportunity against the Omega Man. I hope you're ready for the moment, because I know Kenny Omega and Don Callis kind of invented the moment. So everybody out there, this is face-to-face. These were the two combatants. This weekend, April 25th, I cannot wait. Thank you, gentlemen, very, very much. And hey, may the best man win. That's all I can say.
Good luck,
Thank
Rich.
you for having.
Thanks, Stevie.
Peace, guys.
Gracias, amigo.
He's always been looking for that magical moment here at AEW.
We will have a winner, I can promise you.
Bring the pain, hey!
A battle between two champions. A war between two competing worlds.
These men are both amazingly gifted. Their track records speak for themselves. On any given night, they can beat anybody.
The Impact World Champion, Rich Swan. The AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega. Title versus title. Rebellion live this Sunday on pay-per-view.